Before the video begins, I just want to say I've linked an Indiegogo project down below. It's run by my friend. She's looking for funding for a TV pilot and it is fantastic. Honestly, I've read the pilot in some episode 2 and she's told us what's going to come up in the entire series, and believe me, it is fantastic. So if you can spare some time and some money, check it out down below. £1 even, if you can spare that, £1. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get to the video. How you doing? I'm Unruly and welcome back to Unruly Horror. This is what I bought this month, December 2021. I hope you all had a good Christmas. I enjoyed it. Stomach's painful, like, because of all the rich turkey I've had. Ooh. Anyway, let's see, how many films did I buy this month? I don't think this is the most I've bought in 1 month, but I think it's up there. 1, 2, 11 films. You know, I had to treat myself, you know, it's Christmas. It only comes once a year. And, yeah, sorry this video wasn't out earlier. I was a bit paranoid. I got a new phone before Christmas, and I normally use DVDs to, act as a tripod, but you know, the DVDs did used to fall sometimes and the phone would fall on the table, and I don't have a case for my new phone yet, so I had to buy a tripod. You're on a tripod, ladies and gentlemen, instead of, I'll see if I can put a photo in. And anyway, before I quickly get to DVDs, I just want to say, I know I probably would have put in some way a link down below to an Indiegogo for a good project. Please go check it out. Right, to the DVDs. Well, Blu-rays first. First up is one that I remember seeing in HMV and never buying for years. I forgot about it. And it's The Tortured, from the producers of That's Everywhere. If you get someone who's produced our film, you will see from producers of, it doesn't mean it's always a good film. I learned that the hard way. I haven't seen this yet. It's got Bill Moseley in, so you know that's going to be, he's going to be very psychotic maybe. I'm just guessing. It's about a couple, man and a woman, who their son is kidnapped and murdered, and they capture the murderer, basically, and torture him. So, it's going to be interesting. I'm going to guess it's going to be gory. Yeah, like the photos, definitely. Yeah. A must-see for the fans of Saw and Hostel. It's torture, isn't it? It's physical torture, so it's going to be a bit, you know, not for the faint-hearted. Anyway, I've always loved the cover of that, just upside down with the gas mask. Shove you over there. Next up is a film I first watched on YouTube because it was free on YouTube for some reason. And it wouldn't be the first of his projects that are free. It's George Romero's Diary of the Dead. It is part of his Living Dead series. When did it come out? 2008. So I was 12 when this film came out. I guess I watched it on YouTube. It's a found footage film. A lot of people don't like it, I think I've heard. It's a found footage film. It's a different take on zombie film. Because you don't see like what started it. It's just about these people trying to survive, and one of them is annoying them because he wants to film everything. And what do I like about it? I like, because it is kind of relatable. Like, if there was a zombie apocalypse, there would be that one person who would want to document everything. in like later on you find out like, yeah, he's right to document it because the government is lying to the public about how bad it is. There's a lot of, you know, morals come into it, like whether a zombie should be classed as a person or just a dead body. I get brought up a few times. The family aspect really comes into it later on when, is it Jess you call her? Jason's girlfriend anyway, who finds out, goes home and finds something bad. And yeah, it's all about what different people do during the apocalypse. You know, some of them form groups and supplies and help people. Others steal, loot. Others are like, I don't care, let's party. It really explores all those like aspects of it. And I know, I just like it. It's a good film, it's a good watch. It's a good hour and 20, I think. But I run out of places to put stuff. Okay, next up is, I just realised I've seen a lot of these films that I've bought. I've seen about half of them. I've seen this film, but I haven't watched it in about 4 or 5 years. So I can only remember some stuff about it. It's Let Me In. Chloe Moretz plays a vampire who's a kid who befriends this other kid. I can explain stuff perfectly, can't I? Yeah, it's a remake, American remake of Let the Right One In. I think that's what you call it. A foreign film. Sweden, was it? I don't really know. I just know it's a remake of. Does it tell us here? No, it just says a social outcast. She befriends the own social outcast who was viciously bullied at school, and they form a bond. And then, of course, murders happen. He has like screaming banshee next door, and yeah, it's slowly revealed that she's a vampire, and the person who you think was her dad is actually, you know, trying to help her in murdering all the people. Spoiler alert, by the way. It's more than that. I explain things very basically. It is more than that. I'm going to have to give this a rewatch very soon. Next up is, when did this come out? I think this came out in 2013 when I was still at school. I'm just going to quickly check. 2015. I knew it because it was either I had just started college or I just started university. 2015, the year I started university and left college. I didn't see it in the cinema. I think some of my friends did. I remember hearing like some of them were going to go see it. And I did watch this 2019. I finally watched it on TV when it was premiering. It's Unfriended. Now, I like the social aspect of this, this teenage girl's laptop. And you see all the browsers open, you see, you know, them playing the music, Facebook and all that. What's even good is when they're responding to each other by message, you see them type a message out and she'll delete it and then type another message out. So you see the, do I say this, do I say that aspect of talking on social media, which is good. The acting is good, very believable. Story is this girl killed herself over a video that was published, and this is very real because the video was published and embarrassed her, and people like what some people do on social media, they told her to go kill herself, and lo and behold, she did. And a year later, on the anniversary of her death, a spirit haunts them. It makes them do some kind of game. I think you could call it a game. It's about like revealing the truth. And yeah, and spoiler alert, they realise the main character is the one who published the video, and the ghost somehow publishes that video on Facebook of the unedited version that shows it was her who filmed her. And people never learn at the end of the film, the comments are coming in for her to kill herself, and that's social media, isn't it? A bunch of idiots on behind keyboards, and sadly the reality is that people do kill themselves over comments like that. So what can you do? Well, apparently Facebook is now putting stuff in place to stop that happening, so they report them. But you know, too many people have done that, and yeah, I could rant on forever about the ravages of Facebook and social media and the good side of it, but yeah, very good, does make you think. And of course, from the producers of The Purge and Ouija, it's nothing like, well, kind of like Ouija. And I've got the sequel to it over there, Unfriended Dark Web, which I bought that in 2019 and I haven't watched that yet. And because the funny thing is I don't even know which ending I've got, because there's multiple endings and I don't know which one I've got. Okay, next up is the last of the Blu-rays for this month, and possibly one of the biggest series I've bought all in one go. It's the Lost Boys Trilogy. Yep. So it's the Lost Boys, the Tribe, and Lost Boys I can't read. The Thirsty. Okay. I haven't watched The Lost Boys or any of these films, but I've heard of them. I know they're very good cult films. Corey, the two Coreys were in them, weren't they? I know Kiefer Sutherland, one of his biggest films, I think, definitely. I know it's about vampires. It's about the town coming together to rescue someone, I think is what I've just read. They do sound interesting, you know. Yeah, Corey Feldman as Edgar Frog, who, it says here, gears up a gang to go and rescue one of their friends or something. I mean, yeah, this is an iconic series. I've heard it mentioned all over the place, but I've never ever seen it. So I thought for Christmas, ooh, what was that? Look at you. Can you see the tripod? No DVDs? Yeah, I knew I was going to buy this for Christmas in November. So yeah, I'm glad 3 films I've got to watch. Going to be good. Right, onto the DVDs. Continuing buying back the Scream franchise, Scream 3. And what's funny is the tagline to this film. The scariest scream is always the last. It's true, because this isn't the scariest Scream, and it's not the last Scream. Scream 5 is what next year should be, 2022. I genuinely can't wait. I've got some thoughts about this. I didn't think after Wes Craven died there would be another Scream. I didn't think they would do it. Because the first one is so iconic. He did such a good job with it. And Scream 2 is what I would call a perfect sequel to an original film. Debatable, very much so. Blast away in the comments if you want. Scream 1 and Scream 2, good, go well together. Scream 3. You've all seen that Yu-Gi-Oh meme, haven't you? where it's two really good, serious blue eyes white dragons. And then there's the goofy one. This is the goofy one in the original trilogy. You know, ooh, there's a massive plot hole. How does he get him to sound like other people? Well, we'll use technology that isn't even around now, of a voice changer, to somehow collect people's voices in this. Oh. We get some backstory on Sydney's mother. That's a plus. It kills Conway off at the start. He could have been a good character. He could have been. And oh, what can I say? It's just so... It's boring in places. It's a bit cliche. The less we look at Courtney Cox's hairstyle in this, the better. I mean, it did give us a Carrie thingy. It did give us a cameo. I can't say cameo. I'll try to say cameo then, I couldn't. That was good. That was a bit of good Star Wars humour. The good stuff about it. Well, no, the bad stuff. Sydney is just isolated in the hills, is she? Working at a hotline, having dreams about a ghost who turns into Ghostface. Oh, the dead, like the ghost thing. It's just so comical. Because why is it happening? It does nothing to the story. It does nothing to the plot. It's not explained. Why is that happening? It's not even Ghostface doing it. It's just... oh... It's laughable, it really is. Luckily, this wasn't the last Scream film. Luckily, Scream 4 came out in 11? Oh. Okay, put that one to bed. And have I seen these? Okay, the next up are DVDs I haven't seen. First up, Don't Let Go, starring Storm Reid and David Oiley. I'm not gonna insult him by trying to pronounce his name. So it's about a detective, Jack Radcliffe, who gets a shocking phone call from his recently murdered niece Ashley. Ooh, take the call. In working together across time, they race to solve her murder. I'm sorry. The murdered niece calls him, and they work together from different planes of reality to solve the murder. You better be good. I paid £6 for this. £6. You better be good. It's a classic thriller with a supernatural twist from Blumhouse, the producers of Get. They had to say from the producers of again, didn't they? Well, this is definitely going to be a twist. I'll let you know by Twitter how it goes. Next up is The Passage. Now, can you see something which made me buy this? I bought this film based on one thing on the cover. Can you spot it? Based on true events. When I hear that, you got my attention. This was a cheap film, £2.99, so it's either going to be a low budget, bad story, bad acting, or it's going to be a little drop of gold. It's going to be a low budget with actually good acting, good direction, and a good story. They're rare, but do happen. So when travelling across Australia, a group of young American backpackers learn of a ghostly local legend and set out to investigate. Finding themselves on a remote surrounded by dense woods, their excitement turns to terror as one by one each passenger begins to violently disappear. Isolated and 10,000 miles from home, the tourists find themselves caught in the clutches of a malevolent force much more terrifying than the local myth would have them believe. Okay, the passage. That's an Australian legend, is it? I'm going to ask my mate, who is in Australia, see if he knows about this. The most terrifying urban myth of them all. Oh, I'll probably watch that one on a night time when I've got nothing to do, in hoping that it'll surprise me. And next up, the last film of this month, continuing the Friday the 13th series. Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Or as I like to call it, Jason on a Boat. I haven't watched this, I've watched some of it, but I have seen the kill count on Dead Meat twice, because he's remade both of them. He did the first one back in 2017 and he's remade it this year. And it's Jason Takes Manhattan for about 20 minutes. All the other hour is on a boat. The ending is a bit stupid, you know, Jason turning into a boy from toxic waste, which we all know toxic waste just gets flushed right through New York every night, don't we? That's a common knowledge thing. On the boat stuff is Jason teleports. He's been teleporting for a while now, but yeah, he teleports. It doesn't hide the fact that he is now just this supernatural being who is not scared of water, apparently, even though this film will say Jason is terrified of water, even though at the start of the film he swims twice to get to a boat. Hey, don't knock it till you watch it, eh? It's a Jason film. Go in it with an open mind. That's all I can say. I think I'm only a few films now away from having all the Friday the 13th films. I need Jason Goes to Hell. I need Jason X, Freddy vs. Jason, and the 2009 remake. And then I've got all of them. So, yeah. I'm nearly done the Halloween franchise. I just need Rob Zombie's Halloween. And I need Halloween Kills. They're the only two films I'm missing. So yeah, I can't wait to continue building my collection, which I think now stands at 258 films. So yeah, it's getting up there. Anyway guys, that's all for me this month for my DVDs and Blu-rays. Hope you enjoy yourself, and I really hope you go and support Monday Blues. Link down below. Go show some support. I've been Unruly. Have a nice day.